Hello and welcome to my Councillor Update for everything that I think is of interest for many on the agenda for the upcoming council meeting this Thursday, the 23rd of May. And don't forget, our public forums are now held at 7 p.m. on Monday, so that's Monday the 20th of May, in the council chambers, where you can RSVP prior to midnight on Sunday, and you can either Zoom in or attend in person and provide feedback to all the councillors. So, some of the items that I think that will be of interest, I'm putting up a notice of motion, just seeking that council write to the state government and look at ways in which we can improve electronic communication with our residents. One idea I essentially have is that through the Service New South Wales app, if the state government could create a system where you can opt in to then receive notifications from infrastructure providers and council about works that might be taking place in your street and that may impact your amenity. So that's a notice of motion that I intend to move at this upcoming meeting. We've got a bit of a theme. There's two motions to deal with psychosocial harm in the workplace, and particularly how the interaction between councillors and staff can be improved. And there's a proposal that some documents will go onto community consultation for your feedback. And I think definitely there's a number of things that we've learned in this term of council that we hope we can take some lessons from and apply to the next term to ensure that we have a harmonious working relationship, which will be a great improvement. There's a update on the performing art space, just sort of an update technicality that no longer will that be done in the council chambers but the terrace function room, so propose that council adopts that. The next one is a big one. It's an update on the Sport and Rec Centre. And effectively what has been brought to the attention of councillors and staff in the month of April is that it is expected that to deliver this project, it will go beyond the $75 million budget. Indications are that it'll be about a 7% increase. I thoroughly, if you are interested in this, go to the council papers and read the report. Look, there are two or three main reasons for this. The first one is what they call latent conditions and authority approval. So, it was a risk that digging and building on an old tip site has seen some increased costs in dealing with the remediation of some of the materials that were found on site. The other one is what's called an authority risk. So essentially, from all the advice council had received in regards to stormwater works, Sydney Water required council to do additional works that have added significantly to costs as well. The key thing in this report is that it highlights that this project is now at what we are being advised is peak risk. So essentially, these matters in regards to the contamination and the additional sewage works are almost resolved. And basically, council has now entered and completed 100% design. ADCO has sublet most of their tenders as their head contractor. And it's envisaged that once we get a final number as to what these additional works will cost, that then from this point forward, a lot of the risks are significantly mitigated. And I think it's important to note that in a project like this, it's impossible to eliminate risk. It's about mitigating risk. And importantly too, council has additional reserves that can cover this cost. They've also highlighted that at the moment, all the cash we have on hand for this project, the interest that's been generated from that has not been allocated to anywhere in our budget. So what's proposed is the interest that is currently being generated. And for example, in the month of April alone, there's almost $500,000 of interest generated from council's cash in bank. So it's proposed that that interest will help to offset this cost. We do have reserves available to cover this that are unallocated. So in short, it's not envisaged at this time that this additional cost to deliver this project will in any way impact any of council's other projects or our budget that is currently out for consultation, because what comes in from your rate revenue pays for ongoing expenses. The funds for the Sport and Rec Centre have essentially come from capital sources, so developer contributions, the long-term lease at 266 Longueville Road, and some grants as well. So that, I think, is the biggest item on the agenda for this meeting. And as always, there's a few other items as well. One about dogs on sport fields and the interaction between our residents who have pets, dogs they take. You can hear I've got some running outside, and also our sports people. And the proposal is we're having tensions between different users of our open fields. So it's proposed that we go to community consultation just to get some feedback as to what are some ideas we can do to reduce the tension between different users of our green open space. So there you are. They are the main items that I see on the agenda. If you've got any questions, please write to me. I apologise for the second month running. I'm unable to do a community Zoom on a Wednesday night just due to some other personal commitments, but I am here to answer your questions via email. So there you are. So that's everything that is on the upcoming agenda for the month of May. Thank you.